Starting off with the author, Marjane Satrapi was born November 22nd, 1969, and grew up in Rasht, Iran, and she moved to Australia at the age of 14. Her family was different from other Iranians, as they had differing morals and were less religious. Persepolis is an autobiography about this experience. Persepolis follows the story of Marjane Satrapi as she grows up in a time of crisis and realizes the mediocrity of her world in Iran. This story shows the result of conflict in her country on herself, friends, and family.
Type of text. Despite its cartoon style, it is still able to effectively shed light on dark and mature topics such as exploitation of young boys for the Iranian military. Audience. Persepolis was aimed at Western readers of reading levels above elementary, as this novel isn't particularly hard to read while still being rich in content.
Purpose. Satrapi wanted to bring awareness to the readers of the hardships that were happening in Iran. By sharing her story, the audience is able to gain a greater understanding and remain open-minded in their perspectives of other cultures. Satrapi uses her novel to unite the readers through personal experiences that those from other countries go through to endorse less hate and more understanding. Global issue. The global issue in this book is the extremist political/religious views and the oppression of the people, more specifically women, under the regime. Women are told and fear-mongered led to believe that if they do not cover up, they are at risk to malicious actions. Counter to that belief, many women are proud to cover up due to the politically enforced religious demandments. Persepolis has a direct correlation to politics, power, and justice issues. Extreme politics, power, and justice issues are shown throughout the novel in hierarchy systems such as the social class divide and religious rituals those in Iran are forced to follow by law. The audience is shown through the novel that many people like Satrapi and her family rebel against the system, which puts them at risk for severe life-threatening consequences.
As for the connection between our global issue and this book, in our current society, women and other minority groups are still facing subjugation and unfair treatment. And so, by seeing an example and learning about the history of how it happened, this may help us in fixing the issue and enhancing our perspective. Examples of the issue from the text would be women being forced to wear a veil, being unable to wear tight clothing, punk clothing, or show their hair, people not being able to play cards, drink, or hold parties, countless executions, murders, rapes, tortures, and other violent acts, cruel leadership. Statements of inquiry that we took from this is analyze how a child's upbringing carries into their life and affects their view on the situation using Satrapi as an example. And the other is examine the new Iranian regime. Examine how the new Iranian regime was able to use their power to influence the people in otherwise foreign religious and nationalistic activities.